It is Wednesday, August 17th. You're looking live at downtown Los Angeles right now.
Yes, it's a familiar voice. Tony is back. Yay! You're going to be back for a while, too.
Yeah, you know, I was looking at the vacation schedule, and I noticed my name is not on there anywhere.
Nope, it's not. It's back to school. It's back to Tony.
Not sure exactly what that means.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a second look at that. By the way, I guess we should start the news right now. The Fox 11 Morning News at 4:30 begins right now.
Now, this is the Fox 11 Morning News.
Yeah, that was a little disheartening, actually.
How is that you just got back and you're already looking at the vacation schedule again?
I actually did. You called it to my attention, actually. See, she's trying to turn it around on me, but the fact of the matter is, folks, Jean came and said, oh, I was checking out the vacation schedule, Tony. You don't have very much vacation
We
time. In
got
fact, you don't have any time
Tony
off.
all the time. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, halfway through the work week. It's Monday for Tony, but anyway.
It is my Monday, but this is a short work week for me, so I'm going to take advantage of it. But it's good to be back, Rick Dickert.
It's wonderful to see you back, Tony. Hopefully you had a great couple of days off and a happy belated birthday. Hopefully you spent those days with friends and family. Hey, yeah, it's Hump Day Wednesday for us, Monday for Tony, and the heat is on. The dog days of August are definitely going to be here across Southern California over the next couple of days. We're talking triple-digit heat in some of those hot spots, especially the west end of the San Fernando Valley. That's you, Chatsworth, Woodland Hills, West Hills, the Santa Clarita Valley up in Newhall and Stevenson Ranch, and parts of the Inland Empire as well. Downtown LA, yesterday we were only 80 degrees, still well below the average of 84, but today we're warming it up as well, 2 degrees above average to 86. Tomorrow will be even hotter. I think tomorrow will be the hottest of the next 7 days with a high temperature of 88. Here's your high temperatures across the region. Now at the coast, there's still going to be enough of a marine influence, just enough of an onshore push, not only to produce some low clouds and fog during the morning hours, but also to keep temperatures down there, generally in the lower 70s near the beaches. But valleys in Inland Empire, mid-90s in the lower coastal valleys, 100 to 102 in some of those hot spots like Hemet, 102 there, 101 in San Bernardino. Hesperia, you'll top off at 98 degrees, 83 in Big Bear, and Palm Springs, 112. All right, let's check the traffic now on this Wednesday morning. Some Caltrans work. Heads up, eastbound 10 freeway, all lanes on that eastbound side shut down from the 605 to Puente Avenue. That should be in effect for another half hour to hour or so. We'll keep you posted on that one. 405 freeway in pretty good shape early on this Wednesday morning. Coming northbound, that's the side that's coming at us through the Palms area from Fox Hills towards the 10. Still relatively light volume there. We are free of any major problems or signalers with the exception of that road work out there on the 10. Tony and Gene, back to you.
All right, Rick, thanks so much. 4:32, an evening rock climbing adventure at Stony Point Park in Chatsworth goes south in a hurry for two young men.
Yeah, both of them became stuck about 2/3 up this sheer 300-foot cliff. Scary stuff here. Two 18-year-old men. They were free climbing, as it's known, Tony.
Yeah, I know. That means they have no safety devices.
Yeah, it doesn't sound safe at all, right? They were not using ropes or safety gear of any type. One of them used his cell phone to call 911 just before 7 o'clock last evening.
Emergency crews lighting up the cliffside, as you see here, and firefighters specializing in mountain climbing rescues. They worked their way down to both men with harnesses. Rescuers safely lowered them back down to the bottom of the cliff.
We were climbing, then we decided halfway up that we couldn't do it, but it was too dangerous to go down, so we thought the only way to get out is going up. We went up further, then we got to a point where we couldn't go anymore. So I
got panicked halfway up the climb when I was trying to figure out, because I knew if I fell back, I was going to fall, but I figured if I, when I got up to that flat point where I sat down, I got calm, and as soon as we called the, 911, had people call on the way, I was pretty calm.
Yeah, the two rescued they're two kids from Simi Valley. They're teenagers, again, 18 years old. Quite the greeting there from siblings and friends after their 4-hour ordeal.
Yeah, neither of them plans to try free climbing anytime soon, which is a good thing. And, the fire department says it does about 4 or 5 of these kinds of rescues every season. And this one, we're going to be footing the bill for.
Well, bravo, though, that they figured out. I'm not doing that again. Because how many times do you hear these kids saying, I won't for a while?
I suspect if they do it again, we might not be footing the bill the next time around.
I hope so.
4:34 right now.
Lesson. The city of Los Angeles and its stray animals have a new best friend.
The city is handing over management of one of its animal shelters to a nonprofit group. Bobby Castro is there now at the Northeast Valley Animal Care Center to explain all of this. Bobby D, good morning.
Hi, Bob.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, this is a beautiful facility. It cost about $20 million to build through a bond measure, but was never fully open because it cost too much to run, about $3.3 million a year. So guess what? It was closed on August the 1st, and now looks like this is going to reopen. The City Council voting last night to enter this partnership with the Best Friends of Animals. This is a nonprofit organization, and they're going to run this for 3 years. Best Friends going to invest $1 million with no cost to the taxpayer. It does believe that it could provide 3,000 adoptions a year, spay and neuter 6,000 animals a year, and save up to 400 animals a month from euthanasia. Now, surprisingly, not everyone is happy with this deal. Critics saying that the city failed to reach out to other organizations and find the best partner, and they're concerned that this is going to cost city jobs or also lower some salaries. But this is a done deal, and public-private partnerships like this with the budget crisis is potentially a thing of the future. These types of contracts being looked at for other city animal shelters, also the LA Zoo and the Convention Center. So this shelter will be opening up shortly by the Best Friends of Animals Society. That's the latest from Mission Hills. Bob DeCastro, Gene and Tony, back to you.
All right, Bobby D, thank you. 4:36 right now.
Republicans have a new front runner in the race for president, and the field could soon be growing again.
It comes as the president launches some preemptive attacks, accusing Republicans basically of being the problem in quotations. Doug Luzader joining us now from Washington, D.C. with more.
Hi,
Doug,
Doug.
good morning.
And Tony and Gene, good morning. Well, the president wraps up his big Midwest bus tour today, but Republican hopefuls are just getting started. The president may have the big Secret Service bus traveling through the Midwest states he needs to win next year, but it's this guy who's getting almost as much attention, the candidate who is now leading the Republican pack.
I guess we kind of got competing job tours, if you want to know the truth of the matter, which is fine.
The Texas Governor Rick Perry has only been a candidate since the weekend, but in one poll he has already vaulted past former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney and Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann. And the margins aren't exactly small. But look at the third number down. 16% of likely GOP voters are still undecided. And even though his office is tamping it down, one report says Congressman Paul Ryan may be considering a run.
This is real. I mean, I've talked to people who have been in contact with him, have been talking to him about this.
But whomever Republicans nominate, he or she will face a president who is loaded for bear, already on what looks suspiciously like a campaign swing through the Midwest. President Obama is attacking Republicans in general, especially in Congress, where he says his trade and tax bills are just sitting.
The only thing that's preventing us from passing the bills I just mentioned is the refusal of a faction in Congress to put country ahead of party. And that has to stop. Our economy cannot afford it.
Now, at one point yesterday, the president's Secret Service bus and Rick Perry's campaign bus came within just a few miles of one another in Iowa. Tony and Gene.
All right, Doug, thanks so much. 4:38 right now. Well, there you go.
I'm just thinking about what the highways are like there. The highways and byways of Iowa.
The campaign has started in earnest.
Oh, geez. You know what? We have got a red market. Just red blood all over the place. But you know what? Yesterday, we lost 76 points. It could have been a whole lot worse.
Sure. It was yesterday. At one point.
Yeah, at more than 200-point loss. But in the end, trying to gain back some more ground. So we had a loss of about 77 points, actually, to 11,405. Gold is at an all-time high, trading above $1,700 an ounce. NASDAQ, no change for the S&P 500.
And Lauren Simonetti over at the Fox Business Network, actually yesterday representing the first day in a week that we haven't either gone up or down by 100 points or more with the Dow.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day. Yeah, so I guess I don't know exactly what that says, if anything. But let's talk a bit about the rating agency Fitch and how we are keeping our AAA rating with it.
Yeah, Fitch still likes our debt.
Yeah, imagine that. Well, welcome back, Tony. Good morning, guys. A lot to talk about today. Yeah, first of all, stability is what's needed. Futures are flat this morning, so we like the fact that we might have a small move in the markets today. Everybody is looking for that. Aside from that news, Fitch came out yesterday and said that the U.S. is very creditworthy. It maintains the nation's top AAA credit rating and also maintains the outlook for the U.S. at stable. So that is in contrast to what we saw at S&P, which basically ruined our markets all of last week. So the news from Fitch was good, but too bad those worries on the debt crisis in Europe are really just spreading. And although the French and German leaders did meet to kind of agree on how to fix things, they didn't say what investors wanted to hear. And we did have the Dow down 77 points yesterday, but at one point it was down by 190, so certainly lifted itself from those lows of the session.
Well, yeah, the French and the Germans are agreeing we should have a balanced budget.
Well,
maybe that's a road to recovery.
The fact of the matter is Germany already has that.
Yeah.
And, you know,
it's worked out well for them, but then they're having to rescue everybody else around them, right, Lauren?
You know, we did get data yesterday on the German economy, and it actually ground to a virtual halt in the second quarter. So that's raising those fears that the debt crisis is affecting the larger nations.
Right.
Even though Germany has a relatively stable, at least in the past, stable government with a balanced budget provision. All right, thanks so much, Lauren. Appreciate that. 4:40 right now. LA Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa taking jabs at Governor Brown, calling for a complete overhaul of Prop 13.
So that's not going to be popular. At least little baby steps. He's talking about, you know, well, with the corporate property taxes.
Yeah.
That's how it starts, though.
But,
you never know.
Well, but, you know, this is the question that a lot of people will wonder.
It's today corporate, and then maybe my own tax bill.
Is it going to affect my tax bill?
Exactly.
Yeah. In the meantime, you can give us a tweet at Gene Martirez at Tony's Universe. We will tweet you back.
You forgot my name, didn't you?